So since Halloween is coming up, I figure I might as well interview a horror book. I don't know, I'm not a big horror mystery fan. I can't watch horror movies. Don't make me watch horror movies. My friends have made me watch like Final Destination and like, oh, what's that one? The Butcher one, whatever his name is. Don't like horror movies. For some reason I'm okay with horror books. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I can just like put up a wall and desensitize myself from it. I'm going to be reviewing Another by Yukito Ayatsuji. Another is basically about a boy named Koichi Sakakibara. So basically the story is about this boy who goes to live with his grandparents in a small town. I think it's called Yomiyama. I don't know if that's the town name, I don't remember, or if it's the mountain nearby. But anyway, so he goes to live with his grandparents while his dad's overseas in like India, I think. And he ends up transferring into class 3-3 at the middle school. So that would be, hold on, grade 9 here? Yeah, so he's about, is it grade 9? Yeah. He would be in about grade 9 here, so last year of middle school. Or first year of high school for like us. So basically he moves into this class and you kind of get like, when he comes into the class, something is up because they're like, everybody is walking around him in this classroom on eggshells. And he has no idea why. So he kind of teams up with this one girl who he thinks they're bullying her as he tries to find out what the heck is happening, why his classmates are acting weird. And then people start dying. And everything goes to hell. Yeah, fun. Some of the interesting parts of this book is there are sections, I guess they're called interludes, in which there's nothing but dialogue, and while the book itself is in first person, these interludes are more of in third person, where you're not sure who is talking, so you have to guess by what they're saying, who they may be. I think at some points they do call each other by their names, so you can kind of guess. There also is this really weird thing where some of the words in the book are in bold, and I have no idea why they are. I mean, for the first bit, it's kind of like, pay attention to, like, this event that occurred 26 years ago. Or, like, there's a student named Masaki in class 3 of the third years. Remember this fact. If you joke around about it, bad things will happen to you, etc., etc. This dies off later in the novel, but it's just random words that are bolded for some reason. I don't know why. Because I thought it was clues, but like after a while it's kind of just like random words. I don't know. That was weird. This book isn't so much horror as it is more of a mystery, which makes sense because the author is famous for his mysteries. Though I think this and another one are the only one of his books that are translated in English. Again, this is more of a mystery, so like you can tell because it's divided into parts where it's like who, what, why, when, how, etc., etc. But it's more of with the horror aspect. Though I have to say, not a lot of people die. I mean, I think like at the end about 7 people die, but I think there's like 30 kids in the class, so I mean, and then you also have to count in like the relatives who were also killed. I think I really enjoyed Koichi as a character. Koichi. Yeah, Koichi as a character. I'm not actually sure why. Like, he was your neutral, everybody is being weird, but I'm going to find out about it. So he kind of like teases his classmates and bullies them into trying to find out about it. Because he's not going to take this fake, oh, you know, you just shouldn't do stuff. And he's kind of like, no, I'm not taking this. Tell me what's happening. He himself is very motivated with finding out why they're bullying the one girl because he himself was also a victim of bullying. Koichi himself is unreliable as he also leaves out some information for the reader to guess. I know a lot of people hate unreliable narrators. I read one book where I absolutely hated the fact that it was unreliable. But you see, the thing with unreliable narrators is you have to be careful when you're writing it, because you have to make it obvious that they're unreliable, but you have to not make them annoying. And that was my problem with the other book. was that the character would be like, gives out false story, and then literally next paragraph she's like, haha, I lied. And you're like, I'm so done. I'm so done with this character. But anyways, but Koichi, I think, does it better because he hints at it, but then he gets like distracted or he fades off, and then at the very end he reveals to the reader what he was hiding. And then when you understand the culture within this is written, you also understand why he didn't tell the reader what. I actually liked Misaki because Misaki wasn't the whole, ooh, I'm a special girl secret who's so tragic because I'm being bullied. She was more of like, this is my life, I deal with it, let's move on. More human, and it's easier to connect with her than with... Something I did find a bit corny was probably the doll's eye, which is supposed to see like the color of death, which is a color that we do not know what it looks like, but it's the color of death. I don't know, I just found that a bit stereo anime, kind of like, I have a magical thing that can see and help us with the solutions of everything, etc., etc., etc. Even if I found it corny, it also fit into the story at the same time. That makes sense? Like, the way he writes it is everything ties into one another at the end. So you have all these bits and pieces that come out into like, and then at the very end he kind of like pulls the string and everything falls into line. I think the important thing is everybody is somehow related to the curse, and there's always connections. It gets very intense in the second half. It actually moves at a really nice pace, even though there are times where not much is happening, where he's kind of like walking around and talking. So, random fun facts. The original book that I have here is divided into Volume 1 and Volume 2. This was originally released as an ebook in English translation where they had separated and sold the 2 volumes separately. I don't know why. They ended up putting in the print, but like, for some reason Kobo only has Volume 2. I don't know, it's a very good book. I would like to read more of his work, I think would be interesting, but there's not that many translated. Yeah, this was only translated like 2 years ago. It was originally written in 2009. I would actually be really interested to see in like another book where there was like the continuation of the curse. Because the interesting thing about how it ends is that they're trying to defeat the curse before it kills everybody in the classroom by the end of the year. Or like a lot of people by the end of the year. Not everybody dies. It's just like some people. It's like 1 or 2, maybe more every month. But the thing is that they can't stop the curse from occurring again, but they can find the solution to it and then provide that for other classes. So I guess I kind of would be interested in seeing another book like that. I think he's actually writing another book focused on Misaki when she goes away for like a summer vacation. So if that's ever translated, I'll probably read it. Yeah, sorry for like being away. Hiatus, whatever it's called. We're gonna try to get back on schedule, away from our busy schedules themselves. So, see you next week, Maddie.